So we got a new project coming, and it's not really mine, it's his. If you like Buicks, you'll like this. I'm not going to update on it often, but he can. That goofy guy right there. Explain what you got here.
Well, it's a Buick 430 out of a 67 Riv.
Oh, it came out of a Riv?
Yeah, remember? So the guy had the Riv. Some guy had the Riv, and it spun a main, or it didn't spin, but it destroyed a main bearing. And they put a Wildcat motor in it, and then here's the Riv motor.
Evidently, this guy said it was sitting under a bench for years when it spun the bearing. What bearing it spun now? Thrust bearings wiped out.
The thrust part of it's fine, but the journal's bad.
So it's probably going to need a crank. So on this short episode, well, I don't know how long it's going to be, we're going to tear this thing down tonight and then, you know, put the parts and stuff where it belongs. But it's a little bit different than what we normally work on my channel, being it's all old stuff. So here's another GM for you. Got a big block Buick. All right, rip that bag off of there, Bubbles.
Get the dirt out of it.
Yeah, the dirt bag. Ooh, it looks cleaner than that 307 we had. We didn't see any bent push rods. The intake was off at the guy's house, so we had a chance to look down the ports, make sure there's no rust. So no water got in the motor from storage. Just your typical, you know, old 70s shitty Quaker State oil sludge. But, so we have no clue what we're in for. Watch, we could tear the heads off and there'd be like Felpro gaskets in there with silicone on them. Like the 1455 I bought.
Getting clean anyways.
The valve cover's unbolted?
No.
Alright, unbolt them bitches.
Here.
That one came right off.
Well, the motor was this and twist.
Alright, now the moment you all been waiting for. Get that off of there. Nah, you guys can't see it. Just joking.
It looked about the same as the freaking.
Ooh. Not bad.
About the same as the other motor. The one in the Buick.
Yeah. Alright, that's one down. And then, let's see what we got going. Dude, look at that rust spot. No, I'm just playing. Okay. I don't see too much oil buildup in the corners. There's some sludge right there, but nothing crazy.
Gasket. Fucking rotted. Shitty gasket. Hardened up over time.
Do we have better lighting in here? This points distributor does not want to come out. We've been fighting this thing for like 3-4 minutes already. Just trying to pull a distributor.
It's coming.
It's not like we're going to hurt it because we're not reusing it. Put an HEI on it.
Someone will be like, that's a good factory original distributor. You guys are destroying it.
Oh, you broke the cap.
I just pulled the things off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what shape are the points in this? I was just curious what the points look like in the cap and rotor on this. Hang on.
Right here. They're actually new.
Does it have a new set of points? Oh, it's got a new condenser. Hang on.
Right here.
Yeah. Those are new. Yeah, that's relatively new. Hey, look at him go. Oh. Look at his neck.
I'm looking the motor up. From the...
Your neck, you look like a turtle.
I fucking hate you sometimes. Why don't you focus on the important things?
Oh, I was until you couldn't get there. It goes.
There fucking goes, bitch.
Hey, you gotta watch your mouth on YouTube. Don't hit it yet. All right, so now we're gonna take off the oil pump and we're gonna see how worn out the gears are. Come on, ho. You need to beat that bitch right in the face.
Hey, you can't say beat on YouTube.
You can't, but I can.
There it goes. Is there no screw? Wait, there's...
Oh, get the sledgehammer. He forgot a screw, but there is a lot of sludge.
There's a fucking bunch of screws. Also, we can say this on YouTube.
Oh! I'm so mad I missed that. They got a gear hanging out of the pump and one hit the floor. Do they notch those gears like the Oldsmotor to tell you which side's which? It doesn't matter which side you put it in.
Well, one's a long one, and one's got a rod, and one doesn't.
No, I know that. All right, let's see this.
Well, you're not gonna see it on here. You can look at the thrust, which actually you can see one was eating it a little bit, but not.
Well, show the people where.
They normally eat them right in the middle here.
And explain why.
Because when the gears are sitting like this,
these are steel gears, but this housing is aluminum.
It's aluminum with aluminum timing covers. When the gears sit like this, when they want to fucking spin, they want to push out from each other, torque out like that. And what it'll do is it'll start to eat right here.
And then you lose oil pressure.
And then, well, it'll start to eat right there, giving the thing wiggle room to move back and forth, and it'll eat the side of your oil pump and then wear it out, and then you lose oil pressure. But this doesn't look bad. It's not cut up.
I'll tell you right now, I'm interested to see how many miles are on this engine by if it still has a factory timing chain. See how much plays in it and how many teeth are still on that nylon gear.
Another thing you need to do when you test the timing covers is you want to get a straight edge across here and see how, check your depth on these. They should either be flat across, and I think no more than like 20 thousandths.
Okay.
But this looks pretty much flat.
Dude, it looks like a supercharger. Look, he almost dropped him again.
Yeah, they look good. There's the back side's, the upper top side's not eating out either.
The upper decker.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel any. You can see grooves, but nothing you can catch on a nail.
Right, so it's not out of control yet.
I think this oil pump's still good. I just wonder why it's on a bearing.
And then if somebody could have over-revved it.
You know, he's probably running the shit out of it because these are known for having, like Oldsmobile, where they pump oil to the heads. These like to pump all the oil into the cam journals and starve the crank, specifically the back. And so you can run an oil feed line from the back to the back of the crank from here to balance it, but you still have problems with over pumping the cam.
Speaking of oiling problems, there's the bearing that got wiped out. That's why this motor was removed and parked. I don't even know how many years ago. I'm guessing probably maybe late 90s.
He said 80, I think he said 84, 85.
84, 85. Yeah, that bearing is no good.
The thrust is fine. It's still got some wear, but it's not destroyed.
Yeah.
But just the journal's fucked up. I'm running out of room.
Yeah. You ain't gonna get it off.
Oh, a second, fucking.
Go side to side. Yeah, there you go.
There's your fucking ridge for the rope seal. Still got one in there. So let's put this timing cover on my Buick because it's still got a seal that works.
Well, yeah, explain that real quick. He bought this thing for like $200. It's a 430, and his 69 Buick's got a 430 in it that's clapped out, honestly. So what he wants to do is he wants to build this over the winter time, and rather than pull his motor out and rebuild it and have that car down for lengths of time, just build this motor, and when it's ready to go, make an engine swap. Pull the old one out, put the new one in, plug it in, and go. And then, as for the old motor, you could do whatever you want with it. Sell it, fix it, put it in another car. That's open for discussion. Yeah. But that was the plan. Buy one, build it, then swap the motor so you don't have any downtime. And the crank's probably no good, but it's $200.
Yeah. And the problem I've been having with the other motor is the front seal.
Yeah, his front seal's no good on the other one, so he replaced it, and now it leaks even worse, and everything, it's just an oil bath under the hood. Well,
when I did the timing chain on the other motor, I took the rope seal out and put another rope seal on it. I was just like, oh, I'm in here, I'll do it. It wasn't leaking, so I fucked with it, and then it leaked with the new rope seal. So then I took it out, and what you can do is I have a video, you can knock these retaining rings out and put a neoprene seal from the inside. Thinking it fixed it, and it leaked even worse than with the bad rope seal.
And I think the real problem at hand here is, as my dad would say, it's because it's a Buick.
Shut the fuck up. Just to give you a nice prying point right here.
It's because I knew you'd be working on it all the time.
Oh, so funny. Come on, hop off the dowels.
It's gonna hit the floor. Oh, you got a good hand on it. You're pulling the chain with it. There you go, you're off the chain.
It's this fucking dowel pin over here.
McDowell pin. See, McDonald's, they've got the golden arches. I've got the golden arcs.
Off. There we go. Fucking dowel pin right here.
And
you see it right here?
As that
Dude,
timing
that's
chain's been
stuck.
done. Hang on, that's been a replacement chain. How much slack is in it? Dude, this chain's new. Somebody just did a timing chain on this thing. Look at that little bit of play right there. And then you got that little bit of play right there. And it's a steel gear. Oh man, I bet they're mad. They just did a timing chain job and all this on there. And then boom, they spin a bearing.
Yeah.
Dude, there's like no play in there. Go ahead and feel that.
Slinger.
Can you not get the slinger off of the pan in there? Okay.
You can. I done it off on mine.
I was gonna say, I'm not that acquainted with these engines. I know the Chevys and Oldsmobile motors the best.
Yeah. It's Buick bolts bolt theirs directly to the cam with no dowel pin or nothing, and the front the oil pump and the distributor right off the front of the cam. They give you a handle to grab your cam out with.
Okay.
Oh, the dipstick was in the way.
That's what I asked.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that's... Oh, whatever. Oh, look, it goes directly onto the fucking
Oh, the
deck.
dipstick goes right through the block.
Right to the deck.
Interesting. All right, let's see what we got going on in here. Yeah, it hasn't run in a while.
There is some fucking rust in there.
My cylinder number 5, the rustiest, like my old's was. Look at the size of the bore on that thing.
4.12.
That stinks. I could smell all that old oil.
This side, look.
Looks all right. You said this thing's been sitting since '85, so.
Yeah.
Well, so we found out that most of the lifters are mushroomed and they're no good.
Look right here, actually. You can see it on the cam. There's a fucking big
Yeah, move your hand.
torch. The one that we pulled out that was torched,
Yeah.
there's a big black spot on the lobe.
Yeah, well, see, 90% of these lifters are no good, so it doesn't matter that we're just boogering the cam out of here. Because the cam's junk and the bearings are going to get replaced, so.
Get out of there, you bastard.
So I never had a problem with the old cams. Oh, you want me to put a set of gloves on and get it out?
I think it's the center journal.
It does not. It's you spinning it. There you go.
It's fucking seized. Holy shit. There we go.
There's that center journal right there.
There we go. Oh, that one's fucked.
Yeah, are we missing any lobes? I would not be surprised. Pretty much determined that if this thing blew up in 84 and it's a 67, obviously it was like a third-hand used car. It was probably some 20-year-old kid that did not do maintenance to it and ran the piss out of it. Probably just...
Look at all them lobes. They're all fucking...
hands. Beat on it till it blew
They're
up.
torched.
Well, I'm going to hold the camera steady and you can run it past the camera. Don't keep going back and forth. Just stop going this way.
I'm trying to wipe the thing off. All these fucking... This one right here, that one that was super stuck, is torched bad.
Okay.
There's even, I could feel some fucking grit right there.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it's,
This cam's probably trashed.
oh, yeah. Hey, you want to show the old YouTube demonstration what you could do with a camshaft if you drop it on a concrete floor?
Just like
No, yeah, but I'd get the timing, or... Wait, no, that's all one piece,
all one
right?
piece.
That's up to you if you want to break it or not. But if you do, if you drop it on the floor, to snap right in half.
Just like this.
Yep. Oh! Strike one. Strike two. All right, on third strike, give it some beans. Okay, this is not gonna break.
fucking Buick makes a solid cam.
Anyway, I don't know if I explained already or not, but there's not really a ridge on here, so this can be honed if the pistons come out without a fight. You know what I mean? What do the bearings look like on this?
I can't even tell if the bearing's stuck back or not. If it's... Is that hole lined up? Yeah, it's lined up. That bearing don't look too bad. Let's see. This second one looks all right. This third one, ooh, it's got a big score in it.
What?
Right here. Like,
Does it? Move your hand.
I can't catch it with my nail, but see the big score.
Okay.
This third one looks all
That's the one that was catching. That's why
Yeah.
the cam wouldn't come out. It was that journal right there.
Let me get the rag in there.
Riley's on the rag. Hey, if I hold the camera right here, it looks like a V6.
Okay, it's not as bad, but you can still see the lines
Yeah.
right in the center. That one's not too bad. That back one's not.
That one looks great.
The cam bearings look fine.
It's just that one.
That one, yeah.
We have no idea that if we should soak the cylinder walls overnight with ATF and let it sit, or if we should just take the pan off and try and get these things out.
I'll go grab some WD.
Yeah, grab something. Marble Mystery Oil, ATF, WD. But I would really, since we're at his house, not mine, I'd really like to get this thing all broken down tonight and make this all one video. There's no way that I want to, put the camera down and come back later. Oh no, folks, it's like a scene out of a murder. It's like one of the movies from Hollywood TV. The guy gets shot in the head and there's just blood going all over the floor.
Yeah, that's how the oil pickup was. It was already off the motor. I already have the thing, but actually, that's not terrible. There's no giant... Let's get that wiped off. Wipes it off, there's a big ass score in it.
Right.
Just a little rust.
I think it can be turned. I'm not saying it can be, but
Or
I'm
unless,
saying
oh wait, unless, what are we looking? Are we looking at the actual...
Nope, I see it. Move your hand. It's right here's the damage, right there. There's the...
Hey, you want to re-roll it so we don't look like idiots?
No, because we just looked at it real quick. That's bearing, dude. It actually spun the bearing. You can see it.
Or did it spin the bearing when they took it off? No, they pounded that out
Okay, they pounded the bearing out. Okay.
to get a look at it.
So yeah, the crank's pretty scored up. I don't know if that's repairable or not. I'm not a machinist.
You want to try and get that bearing all the way out?
You can in a minute. I was just going to show everybody what the inside of the oil pan looks like. It's just your typical pool of sludge. And, yeah, we kind of looked like idiots for a second, but not really at the same time. We just kind of looked at it and reacted before we knew what we were looking at. But what had happened was, the reason that bearing is already out of the motor is somebody pulled the pan off, and they pulled the bearings out to see what went wrong. Just that bearing. I'll tell you right now, that gray sludge that gray sludge that comes out of these bolts that are always deep inside the block fucking stinks.
This one was already loose.
Oh man, I can smell it. I hate that smell. I don't know what breaks oil down into primer gray, but it smells horrifying. Dude, there's no bearing in there.
It's all right.
No, it's on the crank. Oh, that bearing's spun. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, get out of there.
This thing's gonna need a crank, dude.
Oh, yeah, toast.
Oh yeah. Roached. I never understood why they use star points for connecting rods. Not everybody has a.
Or maybe 6 point
Well, it's
triple square.
I call it star point.
It's not actually, that's not too bad.
I don't know. You're gonna have to bring the crank to George and see what he says. But the fact that thing was sitting sideways when you pulled the cap off. Somebody ran. I wouldn't doubt it if they ran it out of oil.
I mean, it had none in it when we got it.
Well, duh, because they had the pan offs. Genius.
I know that. I'm fucking with you.
But yeah, man, that gray oil paste. I don't know what it tastes like, but it stinks. All right, I'm gonna cut the camera and I will fire it back up. Well, here. No, I'm not gonna cut it. You already loosened all these up. Get these caps off of here. Just don't lose what order they're in or direction. You should have got the prick punch from my house so you can number the caps.
This one's stuck. Hammer.
Where's the Zach Malad at? Right there. On the tool set.
Oh, I was looking for the hammer itself.
Use the Zach mallet. Oh man.
No, it's stuck between the fucking block. Right between these two
All right.
points.
Pull that back. That one didn't. Why do you breathe so heavy? Jesus.
Because I do. This one's stuck a little bit too.
Maybe it did try to rotate down in there. Dude, it is rotated down. Now I can see it. Yeah. There we go. That crank is fucking.
It's no, I don't feel.
It's not that bad.
I don't feel any fucking
Yeah.
nail catches. It's just got some heat marks.
I don't know. You guys down in the comments, let us know. Can you fix a Buick? Look at his arm. Ew. Man, you should have seen his forehead when he showed up to my house. My dad started laughing at him, and he's like, "What? What's so funny?" His whole forehead looked like his arm does right now. He had no idea. He went shopping at Home Depot for bolts and all kinds of other stuff. He's like, come to think of it, the girl at the counter was laughing at me. Oh, today, Junior?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, so boring. You're wasting my life. Hurry up. Not only my life, you're wasting everybody on YouTube.
Where's the fucking seam? Come on, get out of there.
Would they use panel bond? It's tucked under, is it not?
It's gonna be tucked. It's either tucked under one side, and then open on the other. But it can't be on both. This one's not spun.
Oh wow. But it ain't coming out either. All right, he just got it loose.
I had to spin it back the other way.
Yeah, so 4 out of 5 are spun.
That one's.
Wipe that crank off.
Nothing to catch on, but this one's roached just as bad as the thrust bearing.
Yeah, well, wipe it off with the rag real quick. Wipe that bearing out. Let me see that.
That's what I did.
Oh yeah, she's not. She looks like she's about 35 and ready to settle down.
And her fucking cooch, her cooch looks like a Arby's roast beef with a hand grenade that went off. This is the Arby's roast beef, and the lack of oil was the hand grenade.
Yeah. Her vagine hang like a sleeve of wizard. Oh, all right, get that last cap off. Today,
I had to break the seal in the oil pan.
I'm gonna bet this one might be all right. Yeah, well, the bearing stayed in there. It's hey, stop moving.
Where's the seal?
The rope seal. Where's the rope seal? Somebody probably pulled that cap off.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's no rope seal. Stop rotating it. I'm trying to film. There's no rope seal in there, and there's no rope seal on the block.
This goes right here. Rope seal. Rope seal.
They probably pulled it out.
Oh yeah, rope seal will go right in here. This groove is where that thing goes.
Yep. When they had this pan off, they probably pulled all this apart. Like you said, these caps, the bolts weren't even. They're not all tightened to the same spec. Somebody had them all off and looked and put it back together and said, you know what, park it. But back here it looks pretty clean. The last journal. So 4 out of 5 are wiped out.
So this is what we're looking at. Bring it over here.
Ooh, that's ugly.
This front one's not terrible. This one's roached. This one's terrible. This one's roached, and this one's all right. The back one.
You know what's roached?
What?
Your hands.
Give me a high five.
Yeah, hang on. High five? All right, we're gonna see if we can get this thing to spin over and get the rods out of it. I really want to see what shape the pistons are in because the walls aren't bad. Yeah, there's surface rust on the walls. There's not really any cross hatching left, but I didn't feel ridge ring. So if the pistons are all right, you know, we can clean everything up with chem dip, hone this thing out. I've got a ball honer that'll work on this motor. I bought one for my 455 and I used it once. And send the crank out to George, send the block out, hot tank everything, see what he can do, and then go from there.
You still got my fucking socket set.
You know what?
Half-inch 12-point socket set.
Don't be an Indian giver. Look, he's trying to get his socket set back off of me, but he gave that to me. It's mine now. Come on, Indian.
Where the fuck's my...
I just want to ball your fist up and just boom!
I need to go grab my breaker bar.
Alright, well, go break your bar. Alright, so you got piston number 1 out of the block. This is what we're up against. The rings are free.
They're not, yeah, they ain't bad. They got tension on them. They're free to move. It didn't really put up a fight coming out.
The rod bearings were fine. I don't even need to show them to you.
This moves back and forth fine. This moves side to side fine.
But yeah, the bearings, the rod bearing was good on this one. I'm assuming the rod bearings are going to be good on all of them. I even said that before we pulled this out. I bet you they're good. So the pistons should be good. We'll just de-ring them and we'll chem dip everything for a couple days and hone this thing out and have the crank checked. But there's no bearing in there.
The spread.
Yeah.
Tell them about that.
The rod cap had a hard time coming off, and then it has a hard time going back on. It's almost like the studs are spread. I don't know if somebody overrevved the engine and really distorted the rods. I don't know. They could have. They might have not. Who knows?
Yeah, I had to hit it right here.
But my only thing is, how do you spin 4 out of 5 bearings on a crank? You know what I mean? I think somebody like Zach just said, "Oh, I got a new hot rod. Let me go see what I can do with it."
All right, probably place these in this box.
Well, just know that's number 1. You really do need to label them. So, all right, I'm going to pull the rest of these out. Well, I'm not. He is, because my hands are clean. So, if we discover anything crazy, you'll see it before we keep moving on.
What's up?
All right, so he got all the pistons out, and just like I suspected, all the rod bearings are fine. They look good.
They're fine. They came out perfectly good. They didn't put up fight. Actually, a lot of them I could just push them out by hand.
Yeah, for this engine not spinning since '84, 37 years, they just came right out. all the piston rings are free on all the slugs. And now we're gonna pull the crank out. There was nothing funky to show you guys, so I'm not even gonna show you any of the bearings. Like, it was clean.
Oh, this bitch is heavy.
No shit.
You want to set that up and you get on that side?
I'm not touching this thing.
Dude, I don't think I can get it out.
Are you serious?
It's fucking in there.
Oh. You're not gonna do that. It's gonna bind with the block.
I know.
All right, crank is out, and here's what we're looking at for bearings. There's 1, 2. There was metal hanging off the side of that one. I knocked it off with my finger. There's that one, and then there's that one, and the back one. And I already ran my finger with a glove through these to wipe all the excess oil off. So what you're seeing is what you're seeing.
Look, it's even egg-shaped.
Yeah, this bearing is egg-shaped. It doesn't even fit in there anymore.
These Buicks are known for this problem with starving the crank in this area, in the middle. You can run oil feed lines from your pressure switch right here, a line around, and drill into a hole right here, and it'll fucking fill this. It'll send oil to the back of the block and feed it from the back as well as the front, and it alleviates that problem a lot.
Yeah.
But just it struggles to get oil all the way through there.
Well,
and this is your main. You're gonna wipe the middle of the bearing out probably first because the crank's getting pushed down in the middle from the stress of the cylinders.
all right, well, I'm pretty sure that's gonna wrap this episode up. This is just the teardown, and I can't promise anybody, so don't ask me down in the comments, when's the next Buick video? I can't promise when the next one's gonna happen.
Money. I'm got the leg broken, so I'm not working right now, so it's all about money. If the crank's fixable.
Right, we gotta take the crank down to the shop and see if it's fixable. If not, he's gotta source a crank. This is a slow project. This isn't an overnight deal. So eventually we'll have another video on this, but between this, you're gonna see a lot more Cutlass shit, wagon shit, Ocean City. Just I wanted to do a little quick teardown video. I like teardown videos on engines, and I know other people do too. So
yeah. The plan for it is a factory rebuild. Just re-ring it, re-bearing it, if you and like a small cam and just factory heads. I mean, those are the good heads, 67s, and factory intake. So just basically just a carburetor and oil mods.
yeah.
Or not a camshaft and oil mods is all I'm gonna do on this.
All right, get your long last look in with that minty red Buick paint.
Another thing I wanted to say about these cam bearings, you can see that they oil from the side. Bring the camera over this side. You can see they side oil, like Chevys and Olds. They top oil from the bottom, and that causes a problem if you run too much oil pressure. What it'll do is it'll force so much pressure on this side of the cam that it'll force the cam into this side of the bearing and wear the bearing out. So even too much oil pressure is bad.
Buicks.
Instead of floating on a pad of oil feeding from the bottom,
Right.
floating on oil, it's just fucking shoving it to the one side.
Yep. All right. Well, you guys let us know what you think, but it's gonna be a while until there's any updates on this. So enjoy it while it lasts. And the nice thing is you got that fresh minty timing chain set that somebody just did.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's we're gonna reuse that. It's a brand new timing chain.
No need the single roller, but
Who cares?
it's the same one I put in. It's probably a melon.
All right, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. If do it, don't do it. I really don't care. And I'll see you later.